Hello, hello. Greetings from my home studio. I am back home. This is Kira for all y'all just now joining. I am very excited because I am painting again. Yay. When I go on the road, I don't get to paint very much or at all. And I was gone for 3 weeks and now I'm home. So I'm painting this thing. You can tell that is me. It's a self-portrait. And I kind of turned myself into an angel with this, cloth I was laying on that I made this little hokey dokey weird angel wing thing. So anyway, that's weird angel wing magic. And when I paint it, it can look actually like angel wings. And I'm not an angel, but we can pretend I am. So yeah, let me make this a little bit bigger. So I'm just gonna start painting it. I'm using this weird surface. It's a lot harder. It's not a real canvas. It's like this cardboard panel. So trying it out, seeing how it goes. And yeah, so let's get painting. My palette is already a disaster from earlier today. It has like mixtures of weird colors, but that's fine because I'm just doing some basic stuff right now. So yeah, let's figure out where things go. I'm way too close to my canvas. Whoa. I have not figured out how to put that where I need to go and me where I need to go, but it will all get figured out. So I'm just kind of getting the basics, figuring out where arms and legs and limbs and all those fun things going. This is kind of the fun part where I map out things and I don't have to think as much as I can put to places. So like an arm there. Okay, so I didn't have to think. I do actually have to think. This is probably my thinking face you're watching right now. And I am wearing what I was wearing at the gym earlier because I finally got back to the gym, which is fantastic too, because I like having, possibly things so you can hold up your paintbrush. So yeah, this is me thinking and painting and wearing gym clothes. All that. Well, yeah, you can kind of tell when I'm painting upside down. I can kind of tell when I'm painting. And just laying in some basics. It's not this exact thing. I think everyone can paint. I think as long as you don't worry about it too much. I mean, come on, everyone can do this, so just kind of blocking in. This is really weird surface. It does all scribbly. Hey, that's sweet of you. I guess it's not evening right now. It's totally different time zone there. Oh, okay. Yeah. This is totally a rough, just outlining of things. It's not really that exact yet. And I paint in an impressionistic style, which people could mean, think it means I can do whatever I want. But really, it's like you're giving the impression of things. Hello, you too. So let's see. Let's see. I will show you in a moment what this looks like. It kind of, yeah, let's see. Yeah, you can kind of tell it's, some upside down angel-y thing going on. So just the start. I wonder if I can put this right here so y'all can see that. So, yeah, I'm painting that for anyone chiming in now. So I can't see it. Okay. Yeah. This step is called blocking in. So I'm just kind of blocking in some basic colors, starting from dark, going to light. It's very fun. Quick motions and decisions. And when you paint, I mean, I can technically change anything to be any color I want. You know, I have a background of these little angel wings I gave myself, and it's green, but I don't know why they need to be green. They can be any color I'd like to be. I'm making a little more blue for now. I have to flip this over so it looks different. So let's see. Getting some I'm gonna try to angle this around so that you can see this better and less of me. Like that. Does that work? Let's see. Yeah, I'm probably blocking the light. Okay, yeah, there. And I'm mixing with my paintbrush, which some people say don't do, but I'm doing that, so that's fine. Gotta get a paper towel. Paper towels, good to have. Probably could use more. Wiping off my palette knife so that I don't mix all the wrong colors everywhere. Now I'm mixing the color for the hair. I need this brown and it needs to be dark. I'm wiping off my paintbrush because it has some weird junk on it. Okay. My hair is really dark on. I like doing hair. It's like this big swoop of textures going on. Get a little bit lighter. Outline of the face. Faces are darker right there. Let's see. Kind of looks like an alien right now. I promise you this will not look like an alien when it's done. But it often does start that way. Some basics. So I'm gradually figuring out outlines of things. So yes, there are totally worse things than mixing with a brush. I know that some people would say no, and I say, you know, yes, I love mixing with a brush when I just want like a bunch of really different colors, you know, that way, you know, you take your palette knife, you mix it, then you have to wipe it off, and you mix it and you wipe it off. But if I'm mixing with my brush, then I can get different variations. The brush doesn't like it very much, but that's okay because I like it. So, you know, it all works. So, and yeah. So I want to see your painting someday. This is probably not going to be my world's famous painting today, but I'm trying out this board because it's kind of interesting. It does a more texture thing. You see the brush strokes with this kind of board. Arm is not long enough. Make the arm. And you can kind of like, you don't have to worry about making a mistake. You just, can wipe things off. Put in that line there. I kind of like that you can just kind of wipe things around. Kind of have to be on your toes painting with an audience. So let's see. And theoretically, I could have taken my photo and switched it around so that I wasn't painting some weird upside down thing. But it's a good challenge. Let's see. Put in some arms. So I have pretty beefy arms from the gym. So now every time I paint people, they have beefy arms because most of the time I paint people, they're me. I don't know if you can kind of see this coming on. Need to get a thing to zoom in so you can see it better. I will show you soon. Yellow. I like that bodies have so many colors in them. So you can go along and add, you probably should add them because they're there, but they're kind of rainbowy the more you look at a form and figure out what colors to put on. So, this one is kind of tricky. Let's see. So painting with a palette knife, I have actually done that before and it's kind of fun. Let me see. Actually, let me show you. Take an intermission for that. It's good to get up, put on this. It's not a snot rag. This is for wiping paint. Looks like I'm carrying around snot rags. So, clunk. So this thing, let me turn it out. I'm blinded by my light. Like this is palette knife work, most of that stuff, which is kind of a fun experiment. I don't know that I love it. I've done a couple other ones like that, but I'm working on it. I might do a little bit more of that. Let me see this. Thanks. And while I am up, I figured I might as well show you. I don't know how the light is. This is from the last 2 days. It might get a little bit more work done. I know this light is terrible. I don't really know what to do about that. So it's from a self-portrait. Doesn't quite look like me. Nothing ever quite looks like me, and that's fine because then it's like some other cool girl that hangs out on my wall. So yeah, I did this the last couple of days from some cool hotel I was photographing myself in. But now I'm turning myself into an upside down angel or something like that. Although, yeah. So you can kind of tell from here the butterfly shapes going on. So, let's see. Let's keep on going. I should do painting with a palette knife on video someday. It is actually pretty fun to watch. Figure out how to get this. Faces are way more complicated upside down. Way more complicated. Most certainly will not be finishing this today. And I always put my final stuff on my Patreon. If you want to check those out, that'd be really awesome. And I do like to sell these things because my walls are like taken over with paintings. I'd spin you around, but the whole room is like filled with them. So yeah. So if you need a beautiful handmade, hand painted painting for your wall, go to me. Yeah. Let's see. And I always think that faces are tough when they're little tiny things. And now this one's upside down, just making it way more difficult. Way more difficult. But if we're not challenging ourselves, we're not getting better, right? So it's good just to get some challenges going on. I'm a little bit closer than I normally am. So let me see. I don't know how to. I wish I could zoom in. I don't know how to zoom in. So if anyone watching wants to tell me how to zoom in, maybe I have to get a different camera at some point. Mm, Starting to see the limbs, which is pretty cool. What I'm leaving off so far is the fact that this person is wrapped in this cloth to have like a fairy skirt, so I need to add that. Um, And that's all kind of artistic license. Let me see. And this light is so tough. I think I want to turn it kind of green. So I think this fair, let me see. I get you. You might as well type that on out. And yeah, Jim, go enjoy the concert. You go to a lot of concerts. So, and yeah, God, I can't paint if I wiggle my hand around like that. So I'm going to get back to this. I am turning this skirt a little bit more blue green. And I'm kind of tying in the colors by bringing in a little bit of this fleshy green color into the wings. That way all the colors are tied together. Let's get a little more up there. And this is just a very kind of rough sketch painty so far. We'll see what it becomes. Sometimes it's fun just to have more texture. So let's get a little bit of you going on. Let's see, a little there. Get there. Let's get a little more. Bottoms of faces are actually a little bit more bluish. So if you know some of these rules, it helps. Got some not going on. So let's see. Just wipe this paintbrush. I know I keep changing this light. The light's right behind me. I've got to get another light for this room. Let me see something. So this is. Let me show you what I'm painting, so that since some of you are just joining now, I'm painting this. So it's me turned into an angel, and let me get that here. It's right over here. So let's see. I swear every time I move, the light changes. So okay. Needs a few more actual shadows put in. So I'm getting some shadows put in. Because you can't forget those. That's what gives it some depth, the shadows. Okay, that green did not give it depth. Yikes. So if you're sloppy with your palette, you might end up with some sloppy stuff. So try not to be too sloppy. Let's see. And then it's good to step back every once in a while to see what you're doing. So I'm going to step back and check it out. Okay. What this thing needs are more lights. I always start with darks, and it's dark, 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 and then I add the lights. I'm going to add some lights back in. Get that. Get that a little bit. Being a little bit more deliberate with these. This is kind of a yellowish color I've made. Need a little bit more yellow. So the tops of heads actually have a little more yellow. So I'm going to add a little bit of that. And then I think it's going to make it easier. What I'm going to do is flip this whole thing right side up so I can look at it. And I'm going to flip my reference photo. Hey, look, this dinosaur an angel thing. Hope so. That's what I'm making. So let me see 1 second. See if I can flip around my reference photo. It's got to be easy. Tools, vertical. Yeah, so I flipped to my reference photo. And it looks like that upright. And my painting is more upright. I think it kind of looks manly. I've got to fix that. So we get some more. So you can always flip things around. I mean, it doesn't really matter while you're figuring things out. I did a painting that I kept spinning around in circles as I made it. The light on this one is actually extra weird. Ooh, so I flipped it like a weird way, so I've got to flip it again. Tools, horizontal. Yeah, so I flipped it the wrong way. It was very confusing. This is so much better. Okay, now I can see what I'm doing. And this surface is super weird too. Yeah, so I think it is working better now that I can see what I am doing. Get it done with. Just kind of suggesting a hand. Another one there. And then I get the arm in there. So I was adding in the brights earlier, and now I'm adding in some darks to make sure they are still very much part of this image. And we get a little more hair. I kind of like crazy hair in my paintings. I'm getting more color for the hair. So yeah, it is Palm Sunday and Passover pretty darn soon, huh? Thank you. Guess it makes sense to be doing an angel. Maybe I was thinking about that subconsciously. Get some high holy day time art going on. So when you paint, sometimes things work out better and sometimes not as well. It's tough to kind of keep going with it. You know, every once in a while, just go forget it. Not gonna finish that one. But I think something is to be gained from figuring it out. So I'm gonna wipe off a little bit right here. This is like an angel version, but of like a person, which was from a photo of myself. I will show you in a moment. It is not a flower, but it kind of does look like a flower. Um, I can totally see that. Let's see. Let's see. Oops. I'm not thrilled about this one. Maybe I should just turn it into a flower, and then it would be so much better. But I'm sticking with it for a little bit. using a pretty big paintbrush, which makes it a little bit tricky. And it's really glary, actually, with the way I have the lights set up. So I haven't figured out how to do all that yet. Um, if you know how to fix that, that would be awesome. Let me, yeah, I'm going to fix a little bit of this before showing it to anyone. Because right now I'm going bleh. Um, these boards are really interesting. They like slide around. This is not my normal surface I paint on. Let's see, that goes to there. That goes to... Oh, I feel like I'm holding this tissue up. Sorry, I'm gonna put that down. I'm gonna get a smaller paintbrush. I put them in such a weird spot. Okay. It's a little paintbrush. Sorry. Okay. Let's try a smaller paintbrush for what I want to do right now. Let's see if I can deglare myself. Okay, I'm just going to fix this. The light's not quite as good. Let me see. Yeah, I think that will work. Oh, it's, yeah. So I'm kind of going in with a smaller brush right now to even out a few things. It really is helping. But I like big brush strokes in general. I think they do nice things. Nice. Yeah, I'm starting to see form a little bit better. If you can't see form, you don't have anything. So let me see. More form. Okay, let me get a little lighter stuff. I'm getting a lighter bit. I'm going to show this to you in a moment. It's working way better. The weird thing is it is all kind of upside down lighting. More pink. So I have this palette of like a whole bunch of paints mixed all together. It kind of got messy, weird. So let me get this one thing, and then I really want to show this to you. It is starting to make sense. One more quick thing. Yeah, I'm going to show you in like 3 seconds. I just need to get this one more quick thing done. Okay, I think that's way better. Good, okay. Okay, let's see how I can get this turned around. So far, it's kind of looking like, I don't know how this is going. So far, it looks like that. Oh, it's so glary. I haven't figured out how to get that to work. So I don't know. Maybe when it dries, it'll work better. So it's supposed to be this. Here, just look at that. That looks way better than what I'm painting. So, okay, let me go back to what I'm doing. And pretty soon, I actually need to go take a shower because I went to the gym and I'm smelly. Yuck. So, let's see. Oh man, that's so very. It's supposed to be me. It doesn't quite look like me. Everything is like, it's like if I had a sister. It's like I'm painting these versions of myself that don't really exist. Um, the better or worse version of me. Next time I will choose a better painting to paint because I don't know how I feel about this one. This is it's just what happens sometimes when you paint. It just doesn't always work out. Like everything in life. Get a few more things. Oh, I don't even worry about stuff like that until I finish painting. So if I paint something and I like it, then it is available. But until I actually have finished something, you know, it's always possible I'll paint something and then go, oh, I hate that, and then I'll like paint over it, throw it away, something like that. So I think as an artist, you have to be flexible. It's starting to come together though. Sometimes things need an extra day to work and to dry too. Yeah, it's starting to come together. Um, oh, the original one is like a photograph. So, I sometimes will do prints and put them on my, what is it, we're Etsy. But otherwise, I don't know, I haven't sold that many prints. But yeah, but paintings, I sell more of those because I don't know, then they're individual works of art, which I think is kind of awesome. Man, I can't see in that light. This is a super weird painting surface. I think I like canvas a lot better. I like canvas way better than this. I'm just gonna add a little bit of lights, and then I'm gonna leave this one alone for now and see if I come back to it. Let me see. Mixing together some. So she is actually wearing a skirt, so I gotta give her a skirt. I call all of my paintings she. Almost, I mean, they're he, but I don't ever call them I, even though they're from a self portrait. Just feels more removed. Okay. I think this one is almost done for now. Needs a little bit more dark. I'm just going in with more dark. She needs ear. I totally left off an ear. Does look better with ear. Better with dark there. Yeah, that's maybe good for now. Almost done for now. I'm just going to put in some background. So I've actually been painting for 2 years, only 2 years, which isn't a super long time, but I now spend like all of my time doing this. So if you like something and you spend a long time, apparently a long time in a short amount of time, I guess, apparently you can like learn stuff and be decent at it. So I think that's kind of cool. I am big on thinking everyone can paint as long as they just try. I mean, I'll paint differently, so it doesn't have to be realism. It can just be art. Pretty right there. Just kind of lightening up the cheeks a little. This one's tricky. The light was really weird in the photo. Pinky pink. Pinky pink. So I'm determined to paint on this until I think it is kind of working. And then I'm going to take my shower. Okay. So that's kind of interesting. So I got a little bit too much hair going on at the top. So I'm just going to wipe some off. And I'm actually going to put a background color so it kind of all comes together before I call it a day. And I'll let this one dry. I think this one needs to dry a little bit so that I can keep working on it. Right now the paint is all kind of smearing together, which is a style, but it'll also be easier to come back when part of it is a little bit drier. So I'm just lightly toning the background. That way it's all kind of filling in with this nice little aqua-y color. A bigger paintbrush would be better, but this is what I have. So, and I have a bunch of them, but I don't want to dirty another paintbrush. I'm watering down my paints in a little bit of turpentine so that they go on smoother right now. Let's see. I'll end up adding much more to this. This is just some basic. I'm actually going to, give me a second, I'm going to wipe some off. Okay, here's a paper towel. It's a really good tool. Painter's paper towel. I'm just going to kind of rub it around. So I've just kind of toned the background for now. I'll go back in later and put more paint on. I put that over there. So paper towels are not really a painting, like a paintbrush, but sometimes they will do what you want, which is move stuff around. Use a sponge too. Let's see, so let's see what it needs. A little more right here. Kind of restating a few things. Making sure she's got her mouth. Making sure she's got her chin doing its chin thing. So when it's wet, paint is pretty malleable. It's one of the beautiful things about oil paint. She still kind of looks like a monkey. Sorry, person. Let's see. Let me see. So it looks kind of. Accentuating some of these things. Okay. I think that's about. Okay. So painting is so addictive that I swear I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna keep painting. So let's see. Okay, I'm gonna show you where this is right now, and then I'm gonna finish working on this tomorrow because it needs to dry before I do anything else to it. So let's just not look at the face because it's definitely not super great. So this is the painting. It's actually supposed to be like this. So this is the upside down angel. Looks better upside down anyway. It's not done yet, but I guess I've been doing this for 50 minutes, so it's a good start, and then we'll work on it later. So thanks for watching me paint, and if you have any suggestions for how to get the video angle working better, let me know. That'd be awesome. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I will be here once in a while doing the painting thing, and I always share my paintings on Patreon, so check that out. Have a great evening. Bye.